Okay guys, I got my fitting from Amazon and I'll show you what I have here. So this is the carburetor that I purchased. It's a tri-fuel carburetor. It can take gasoline, natural gas, or propane. When this lever here, this orange lever, is horizontal, that's natural gas. You can flip it to vertical, which is liquid propane. It also has a bowl drain if you want to drain the gasoline out of the bowl, a purge, and it comes with a choke lever, but the factory choke lever works. You can use either one. That should be fine. And what I purchased on Amazon was these parts. Now, originally it came with this one little fitting for a flex hose, a barbed 1/4 inch elbow. I want to hook it up to my 1/2 inch line. So what I have is 1/4 inch elbow on one end, 3/8 male on the other. And this is a fitting that has a 3/8 pipe threading female to a 1/2 inch flare foot fitting. And I'm going to go ahead and put some sealant, pipe dope, the green stuff, which I use for most of my gas connections. You can use the yellow tape. I'm sure that it would be fine too. But I'm going to go ahead and dry fit this because when you have these fittings, there's not going to be too many rotations that I'm going to get out of it. It's already getting snug, so I'm going to do some test fitting to see where I want to stop with this. The other thing to note, there's a couple things that you're going to have to unhook from the carburetor. This carburetor is loose. There's these gaskets. You want to save the gaskets because this does not come with gaskets. You have to buy them. They're cheap if your generator's old or you mess these gaskets up. Mine look like they're fine, so I'm going to try to reuse them. And I'm just going to take the connections off of the old carburetor and loosen this gas fitting up and remove that. Slip this on and see where I sit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm just going to move that line up. Ooh, there's some gas in it. I did drain the tank. You don't probably have to if you're going to use it in like a multi-fuel gasoline configuration. I'm not. I mean, if I have to, I will use gasoline. I just dropped my gasket, and I didn't look at my orientation for that, and I should have. So it's on the top. So if you look at the gasket, you'll see the opening. So the gasket has to stay up like this. What I'm going to do is transfer that in the same direction. I'm just going to pull this out, right? And you see that this rod is still connected. So, and they got this wire here. This wire, there's in the factory setup, there is 2 holes. And in this one, I think it was on the first hole. I already forgot. You probably should take pictures. And then the new carburetor, it's only on the one. So this just slips off and slides out, and my gasket's fine. So I'm good there. And this is the factory carburetor. It's pretty easy, couple connections. And I'm going to show you guys this. Again, I have 1 hole and 1 in the top. So if you look at the difference, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera with it being black. And so again, it's almost a direct match. A couple little small changes, and I want to see how this is going to fit because I might have to make some modifications. I have this bracket kind of set up, and it may get in the way for my handle. Yeah, the frame might be in the way too. Actually, see, this is always why it's good to dry fit this stuff, because this thing is in the way, but I don't think it will be once I get it on. What am I hitting? I'm hitting the tire. So what I'm going to have to do, I might be okay. I'm good. No, I'm not good. I'm going to have to take this tire off or actually move it out. And these tires aren't factory, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this and unscrew my little nut over there and push this tire out to give me a little bit more clearance. Oh shit. I'm working on this thing.
What is that? Oh, really bad in here.
I know some gas leaked out of the top.
Should we open the garage?
Yeah, you should.
Why would you do that?
I'm doing a YouTube video, honey. It's not going so good.
What is that?
What?
What is that for?
This?
Yeah.
The generator, or what am I doing to it?
What are you doing?
Natural gas conversion kit.
What does that mean?
So instead of using gasoline, I keep on filling it. I hook it up to that gas line that I did with your dad, and it just runs until I shut it off.
Cool.
See? See that? My wife actually likes something I did. Again.
It'd be a good weekend to look good.
Yeah. So this comes up. Fuck!
You know, do something?
No.
I'm stuck staying here, so I'm gonna have to.
Staying here with me. You want to be my video? Yeah, I guess they can still see. Honey, I'm gonna be YouTube famous. My 1,200 subscribers that are loyal to me. Oh, fuck, am I still not gonna clear that thing? I'm gonna have to. Now, just kind of paint it on. You can put it on. You just don't want to stay away from the very tip. So change plans, guys. I don't know if it's because I'm doing this video or not, but I can't get this damn thing on with this. I'm gonna have to. This sucks. I'm gonna have to take this fitting off. I'm gonna make a complete mess of myself now. I'm gonna have to insert the carburetor, then tighten it once it's on the carburetor. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this down on a spot that I'm not gonna get too junked up. I knew it was too good to be true. I don't know how I missed that, but here we go. And the reason I screwed up is I thought I was good. I was looking at it after the slid on, and it was hitting this piece here. So once I'm on, I should be good. And I'm just going to go ahead and insert these two connections. So that'll be this. Once this throttle is moved, you got to kind of move it a little bit, I think, to get it in there. Don't know if there's another hole. Is there 2 holes for that? Oh, look. It should go down in there. I don't know why it didn't. There we go. It's in there now. And then this has to kind of, just a spring. It's going to go in the hole, which I can't even see. There we go. And then I just finished putting this carburetor, as far as seating goes, right there. And then I'm going to have to dope this connection up, and I'm going to get it all over my dang hands. So I'm going to do the same thing again that I did a little bit ago. And I'm doing everything I told you not to do as far as get it in the orifice there. Make sure I clean that out. So with your rag, make sure you get nothing, because your gas line will push that right into your motor. Yeah, I'm having to do it here, so I'm gonna, probably should have, I don't know. Need my hammer. This is the part, remember I told you it goes everywhere? it's going everywhere. Inside of the, or outside of the carburetor, but let me give it a shot. Now, don't know if I can clear this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on right now. Do I want to? I was thinking if I did, I could, oh yeah, see, I have more leverage. I'm there though. So, not much room to put this other piece on, like at all. Like I told you, there's zero clearance here. But I go over a little bit more, I think I can have a little bit better of an attack angle here. So I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, that's better. I like that a little bit better. And somehow I'm gonna try to get my wrench in here. I'm gonna have to break out a regular wrench. That isn't gonna work. I have like zero clearance. 3/4. So I'll turn this a little bit. Hopefully with the wheel, yeah, I should have, let's see, I should have room even with that wheel now, but let's see. Let's see where we're at. I might have screwed that up. Shit. Yeah, that needs to come over a little bit more. We'll go with that. Yeah. Gives me enough clearance on the tire, I think. Not a lot, but a little bit of clearance. And there's a bolt here that I'm gonna go with that. I shouldn't, I should be tight enough where it doesn't leak. This is low pressure stuff. I will check it for leaks afterwards. Get some of this green shit off of me before it ends up like literally all over me. And I'll show you guys what I have here. I'll put my wheel back on. Try to. All right, that's a starting point anyway. So let me show you what I got. I know I'm kind of working off camera, guys, but this is the best I can do. So what I have here is the wheel. Again, this isn't a Champion factory part, something I made. And then here is the clearance I was trying to make with the regulator. Okay. And I have this sitting in here. Like just sitting in here. It's just so that I have some kind of pressure on here before I assemble the whole carburetor. I'm going to loosen this up now, since I have those things where I need them. And so let's put this thing back together and see what happens. I'm going to give it a little time to set up, but I can start putting this thing together. I'm going to get rid of some of that green stuff. The excess, that is. Funny part is I'm lined up right where I intended to. It's just I had to make that modification to clear that frame rail. So yeah, so let's put these parts Humpty Dumpty back together again. Not a huge deal. We have the choke, and I don't know if this is the factory choke. The factory choke is it's not as heavy as duty is. I'm gonna go with I think they actually have a metal pin in this one, so I'm gonna go with the one they gave me. It'll still yeah, it's heavier duty. So I'm gonna go with the one that came with this carburetor. I'll save the other one just in case it breaks or something. The gasket. Again, there's a gasket back here. I left that on, and I'm going to line up the holes. So this gasket, I need to clear that top hole. I'll show you guys without screwing this gasket up. That top hole, see that gasket? It's open. So you want to know which way your gasket goes, you can reference what hole it is. I'm not using gas, but I'm going to hook up the gas line. Just in case I do, that way gas doesn't go everywhere. I'm going to probably unhook this anyway and finish draining it. But I'll do that. I'll do that up here. So I'm going to put this back together the way it was. I have another gas line that I use to drain this tank. I drain the tank when I'm not using it, just so the gas doesn't go bad sitting in there. Next piece, and this is why I fold it, so I know which direction the stuff goes on always. This is that box, the filter box, and this gets held on in a couple ways, right? So that there's that gasket, and those couple. Add them right here. These nuts that hold this actually holds the carburetor on too. So this is a 13 millimeter, I think. I'll check. This just goes on. And just snug them up. You don't want to over tighten them. And this is a 10 millimeter, sorry. Not real tight. I'm gonna have to take this off for this. You just want it snugged. Sure, if you look, there's torque specs, but this isn't a torque spec project. This is a cheap generator. Funny story why I'm doing this, so it's not completely boring as hell. And all I'm doing is If you guys can see, that's a little bit better. I'm just putting these hoses back in where they go in these holes. If you missed it off camera, because I can't redo it, I replaced those 2 bolts that lock down the carburetor. These hoses, there it goes. And how far you go in, you know, you go into where it had it before. There's like a pinch mark in these, you know, if you look at the pinch mark. So it's not really that hard to figure out how far it went in, and because they kind of just stop on their own. Next up would be the, you can kind of see where the indentation is. This second piece of the air box here. So, and this is in by 4 screws. And these are Phillips in this generator anyway. Just gonna tighten them up. And then after I'm done with this, I will put the I gotta put this on too. Okay, got that. Yeah, I'm really liking the way the fit and finish it is for this. I have a little bit of modifications to do in my handle, and these are shitty. Or it probably just didn't go in the metal right. Missed my hole. That's what she said, right? Yeah, that's got in there now. Yeah. And then this just goes on, clips on, the same fashion. If I can get this down there. That's your air filter, that's all. You got like a clip. And that's it. There you go. Done. So let me show you guys what we got here. We have the new carburetor, and this is in the natural gas state. That's a primer, and I have my 1/2 inch. This is a compression type fitting. My fitting, 1/2 inch to 3/8 female, 1/2 inch male compression, 3/8 female. And then switching back here, hopefully you can see it. No, you can't see it any better. Then I had that elbow that I showed you. It's a 3/8 male to a 1/4 inch male going up into the regulator. Regulator is on natural gas. Goes in, factory gaskets, everything lines up. The choke pops into the same spot, and I use the one that came with it. Now it's got 3 positions. It's got choke, medium, and then run. That's about it. I'm gonna see if this thing will fire up. It may need some engine adjustments. I don't know. It's pretty. I'm pretty interested to see if this thing will even fire up. So we'll see what $30 gives you.